This is Conservative to America. I'm your host, Holcomb, bringing you news from the best perspective, the conservative perspective. Today, I'm going to start off with talking about a new addition to Conservative to America, our Instagram page. I just opened it up last night. You can see I don't really have very many followers yet, so if you're watching this, make sure to go follow Conservative to America at on Instagram. Go follow us there on Instagram. But anyways, though, thank you for tuning in to today's show. Today we're going to have a special episode where we're going to talk about solely one topic. The story that I have kind of been talking about all day with just about everyone I've met, Ilhan Omar. It's an old news story, one that they kind of ran with 4 or 5 years ago. It got big in the news back in 2020 and 2021, but it's resurfacing again as President Trump continues to um, say that Ilhan Omar married her brother. But last night in his speech, he brought it up again. He brought up Ilhan Omar. So let's go ahead. Let's play this video where he accuses Ilhan Omar of marrying her brother.
Ilhan Omar. Way to go, but I love this Ilhan Omar, whatever the hell her name is, with the little turban. I love her. She comes in, does nothing but bitch. She's always complaining. She comes from a country where, I mean, it's considered about the worst country in the world, right? They have no military, they have no nothing, they have no parliament. They don't know what the hell the word parliament means. They have nothing. They have no police. They police themselves. They kill each other all the time. I love it. She comes to our country, and she's always complaining about the Constitution allows me to do this. We ought to get her the hell out. She married her brother in order to get in, right? She married her brother.
So, this is the same Ilhan Omar, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, this lady right here. You may know her from Minnesota. She's one of those problems that they have over in Minnesota, you know, other than that guy, Tim Waltz, Tampon Tim. Everybody remember Tampon Tim? Yeah, well, she's like the next Tampon Tim. I don't know. Hey, somebody comment. Let's give her a new nickname. Let's give her a nickname for her. I bet you she'll be big in 2028 unless Donald Trump could do something about this marrying her brother thing. But anyway, so this is the same Ilhan Omar as he said. She comes from another country. She's always complaining about stuff, and he's right. He said that she's always complaining about stuff. She chose to come to America. She chose to come to this country, yet she's always talking about how bad America is and about how much better other countries are. Well, if every other country is better, why didn't you go there? Why did you choose to come to America? People like her, these are the type of people that I cannot stand. I don't hate anybody, but I have a strong dislike for her. Man, she has a ton of problems. The audacity that someone has to come in to another country and then complain about that country, about how bad it is and about how messed up it is. It's like going over, it's like, let's say your house is, I don't know, all torn down and it's like a shantyville, okay? And then some guy who lives in some $1 million mansion invites you to come live with him, and then you complain about how crappy his house is, yet the land where you came from is far worse, but you continue to complain about how crappy this millionaire's house is and about how messed up it is and about how, well, I feel like I am less than here. Okay, well, guess what? It's insane that people would act like this about America, that they talk about this about our country. They come from another country. Okay, she is now a citizen here, but she was a guest here and she complains. Whenever you're a guest in somebody else's house, you don't sit around and complain about it. She's no longer a guest here. She is a citizen. I'm going to say that so far. From what we have, she is a citizen of the United States of America. Maybe illegal. Maybe she became a citizen illegally. Maybe she broke some laws, marrying her supposed brother right here. That guy right there. Maybe marrying her supposed brother, possibly. But anyways, Ilhan Omar. She complains about how terrible this country is, but yet she chose to be here. Sit on that for a second. Think about that for a second. Think about how crazy that is. You chose to come here because it's better than where you're from, but yet you complain about America and try to say that where you're from is so great and so culturally whatever, okay? No. If it's so great, go back. If other parts of the world are so great, go back. Don't try to come to America and make it what Somalia is. Nobody wants America to be Somalia. America is America. America is the best country on the face of the earth. And I know this sounds like, oh, well, yeah, of course, okay. Well, seriously though, America, number one country in the world. The United States of America, number one country in the world. We have an amazing culture. We have a culture. We don't want you to come over here. Now, I'm fine with them coming here. But if you come here, respect the land in which you came into. Don't complain about it. Don't go around screaming about, oh, well, this place sucks. Okay, well, guess what? You chose to come here. Don't come here trying to change it into where you're from, okay? It's fine. We can build a good culture here. And we can include things into our culture and make the American culture into this wonderful, great melting pot. But at the same time, though, the American culture isn't American culture. It's a Christian culture. It's a culture built on Christian values. We may not be, we have strayed from a Christian nation. We are a Christian nation. We have strayed from it, though. But yet we still have those same Christian moral values, those mosaic, those Judeo-Christian values that our country is built on. It's fine. I'm glad that she came here. I'm glad that people like her have an opportunity to come here. I'm not saying that we need to keep them from coming here. We need, though, to let those people know, hey, don't come here complaining about how terrible America is. You chose to come here. That gets me so angry whenever someone like her just sets on CNN, sets on MSNBC, MSDNC, okay? Sets on ABC, sets on CBS, NBC, whatever liberal news network, the Young Turks, whatever it is that you are watching, and you just sit there and you complain about how terrible America is. If you're looking up, I've got a challenge for you guys. If you're watching the show today, go and look up some videos about Ilhan Omar talking about how terrible and screwed up America is. Okay, but I'm gonna end this right here on that topic right now because I'm just going to keep running in circles around this. But it makes me angry. It gets me furious that someone comes to America, they and they choose to come here, and then they decide to complain about America. You chose to come here. That's how I'm going to close it. She chose to come here. She chose to come here. Nobody forced her to be here. Okay? She chose to come here. I'd also like to dive deeper into this one other topic, the marrying her brother thing. According to, let's go over here. According to the, oh, what was it? All the way up here. Gotta go up. Gotta go up. Gotta go up. Right there we go. According to the Daily Mail, this was, I believe, an article posted in 2020. According to the Daily Mail, Ilhan Omar admitted that she married her brother. Also, on top of that, a Somali leader revealed that Ilhan had to do it to get her brother slash husband papers to keep him in the U.S. Okay, this was found 99. Okay, conservative groups DNA test from Congresswoman's cigarette butt purports to show 99.9% match to her second husband, Ahmad Elami. Right here is a scratchy kind of photo of it. Right here is kind of a scratchy photo of it. And it's grainy, but it's supposed to be her. I believe at her home in D.C. This is what it says. It's supposed to DNA match Representative Ilhan Omar and her second husband Ahmad Elmi allegedly proves that the two are siblings. The match says that Omar's DNA was taken from a cigarette butt. She was seen in a gritty picture with it in her mouth. Okay. But anyways, this is supposedly taken at her house in Washington D.C. outside her home in Washington D.C. I don't know. She's never been. Apparently, she's not been known as a smoker. I don't know. I don't really follow that much into Ilhan Omar. Okay, I'm not like a stalker or nothing. I'm not like crazy about that. Of course, so I pick up on what she does. But anyways, though, so right here we have this photo. We can prove right there she has a cigarette butt. That looks a lot like Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar, cigarette butt. Okay. Then right here, Ilhan Omar next to her husband slash brother's face. Let's look at it. Okay. Faces are built the same way, it seems like. Huh. Right here's the paperwork for you. Take a screenshot of that paperwork if you're wanting to look more into that. But anyways, interesting. Very, very interesting looking at all of this. And then, of course, right there is her supposed husband. And then that is Ilhan herself. But anyways, looks like there's some pretty substantial evidence that she married her brother. We'll continue to follow this story though, as it progresses, as the White House continues to release information. Apparently, the DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, has more information on this. What does that mean? Could she be deported? I don't know. Maybe, possibly. Uh, could she, could her husband be deported? Could she be at least, thrown out of Congress? Could she be sent to jail for this? For committing, I'm not sure. Um, I don't necessarily know. It'll be interesting though to follow this. Will President Trump continue to expand on the idea behind Ilhan Omar that she is this person who decided to go out and have incest relations, with her brother? Okay. Uh, will we receive more evidence proving she married her brother in the coming days? Will we? Hmm. I sure hope that we do. This will be an amazing story to follow. Uh, of course, this was 4 years ago. This is kind of some old news, but it's re-popped up again. So I wanted people to once again, kind of remember this, know about it, have some solid evidence. But anyway, so we'll continue to follow this. But only time will tell with all that stuff. But I will continue to bring you news commentary from the best perspective, the conservative perspective. I am Cole Holcomb, and this is Conservative to America. Thank you.